common ancestors, or in fact are cousins, basically. And that's omni-humanity. That's to say humans living in other areas other than Earth. Now, the hyperchroniacs, that's an interesting thing, because a lot of individuals are actually reporting that to me. And this is all tied together. How, I'm not exactly sure, because our data is, at best, a work in progress, and full of holes. But there are people out there that are experiencing, as we speak, they're experiencing time differently than they used to, and differently than most other individuals around them. And this may be in the sense that their time may seemingly slow down for them, and they seem to get tons of stuff done in a very short period of time. This also may be erratic for them, and it may even indeed cause some of these individuals to seek medical attention because they're not really sure what's going on. They might not feel particularly ill or anything, but their brain is telling them things that just seemingly don't make sense.
Kind of like a separation from what they would normally think is reality.
Correct, and we've all had that in brief instances. I got rear-ended once when I was in a little pickup truck, and for that brief second there, as you're getting smashed, or just before you're about to be hit, you can see the car hurtling towards you in your rear-view mirror. Everything slows down, and I see it all the time in the Aikido mats, because you train yourself to operate at a different speed in the martial arts. And so I'm aware of it at that point, but I actually have to work at it. These poor individuals, many of them, they'll just be walking along in between one step and the next. Time will change for them. We don't know why, but we suspect it relates to DNA and energies from outer space. Our space goat fart subset, which is an entity where we throw in the unknown. We had to have some bucket, if you will, to just put stuff we don't know about and the officially denied, especially since there's so much stuff that's officially denied within the United States. And that particular entity has continuously been referring to unknown energies from space. And we're seeing more and more of it reported, but I still think the hyperchroniacs are getting some kind of boost or hit from some sort of energy that the rest of us are somewhat impervious to.
Very interesting. Let's see, we got about 5 or 6 minutes left, Cliff. One of my other emails comes in, and they have a question here. Something you said previously about powers that be disappearing in a black hole.
Well, disappearing, and it could be a rift in dimensions we just don't know.
Right.
What we do have is like that poor woman that just disappeared in the new security office building in New York. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. She was just a worker there, some kind of a person doing janitorial duties. Came in, checked in, put her clothes on, her work uniform, said hi to her coworkers, was seen on the security cameras, and this is a secure building, let's bear in mind. It houses the architects for the new World Trade Center site, and they are very intimately tied in with the Bilderbergers et al., so these people are no slouches in their security. And they got camera images of her starting on her task, and then she just disappeared. No camera caught her after a particular point. She rounded a corner, hadn't been seen since. The police have been looking for 2 days. No evidence that she left the building. Everything she brought in with her is still there. She never contacted any other employee. She cannot be found in the building, and yet there's no sign that she left. Now, this is the same kind of language that we had. Much of the language we have goes to the mysterious nature of the disappearances, literally between one step and the next, or between one wave and the next in the case of this super yacht. We see an instance where one of these large mega yachts with a good-sized crew and members of the powers that be, as well as their bodyguard staff, which will be increased prior to the event, will show up, that the yacht will just be clean of humans. No sign of any kind of discord or disruption or anything, though. No one will be on it. We also have data that suggests that some of the minion classes, and it's going to spook the spook class, that is to say it's going to really irritate the spies and others that are in the intelligence community, because some of these guys are going to start disappearing as well. And they'll take a step, and they'll leave a footprint in the dew on the grass, and then there won't be any other footprints and no sign of how they got out, no helicopters, no nothing. No one will ever see them again.
Amazing.
So is it a black hole or an interdimensional rift or whatever? I have no idea. Our language can't predict that.
Yeah, that's tough. Wow, that's really interesting stuff, and it's in line with a lot of stuff that I've been looking into. I wish we had more time. I think we got a few more minutes, though. I know that it's very vague, But you do have some stuff on aliens, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners out there are curious. What does the linguistics show? And I know it's vague, but what do you got going for that?
Well, it's starting to separate out. We show alien wars, which is a kind of a curious way of putting it, based on our new data coming in. But we show alien wars picking up in 2011. But this is why we brought in omni-humanity, because we're not considering humans as aliens. Alien, by our definition within our space code fart entity, is something that has DNA that is not human or humanoid. And so we're going to have humans that are extraterrestrials, and then we're going to have aliens that are extraterrestrials, and they're all going to be showing up all at the same time.
Like
and we're going to have a nice big stew here.
Right, a stew of aliens.
And ourselves and these people that are, our cousins biologically and genetically, who may or may not be friendly. I mean, it's just we don't have any real sure and certain knowledge about that at this stage. But we're getting a lot more of the data. I mean, that particular level of the entities is up maybe 10,000% since 2002.
Right.
So we're close.
Well, we've got a lot of people out there that are, very interested in this topic. That's why I just wanted to bring it up.
Well, their interest is what's driving that data set, and it's growing and growing and growing. So we're very near a contact level explosion. We're about to cross some kind of a threshold.
Well, they got the Disclosure Project that was recently...
No. I'm talking about something that's, the smoking gun slapping everybody in the face and the big boot kicking them in the butt at the same time that the TV is announcing and showing pictures of aliens. I'm talking about something that will just stun everybody.
Something really big.
Yeah. Whether it happens this year, I don't suspect it'll be a politician like Obama standing around and saying, yeah, we're dealing with aliens, and we have for years, although everybody knows that's true. I suspect it'll come out in a different way, and it'd be part of the Secrets Revealed meme where squatters will force their way into some building. There'll be a leak of some data that will come out from some records, which leads further to some other issue, and then all of a sudden it's just everywhere because, like the Iranian students, someone is able to put all this stuff back together.
Right. Well, that's some fun stuff. I'm sure everybody's going to look forward to that. It could be scary. It could be exciting. Who knows?
It'll be both.
Right.
You tell me you can separate one from the other. Get on a roller coaster and just have the fun part.
Right. Just like they say, the love emotion is so close to the insanity emotion. So.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Cliff, it's been a great show, and I really appreciate you coming on with us today.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me. It's a nice distraction from the heat here.
Absolutely, and the callers, I'm sure, are just loving to be able to talk to you in person. And
I don't know why, but...
Well, yeah, no, it's good stuff. You're very articulate and eloquent. I appreciate you being on with us.
Well, thank you.
I'd hope to have you again in the future.
Sure.
And we will love to have again. This is Cliff High from the WebBot Project at Republic Radio. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the show, and we'll be back soon.
Want to stay on top of what's new in the radio industry? Sign up for a free subscription to the Future of Talk Radio, available exclusively to listeners of globaltalkradio.com, and find out what's new in the world of online radio. Listeners can find out about new shows and special guests. People with something special to offer can find out how to become a guest and how to prepare for an interview. And prospective hosts will find a valuable resource for everything from planning their new program to selecting topics and guests, recouping expenses by selling advertising, and more. Sign up today for your free subscription to the Future of Talk Radio by visiting www.globaltalkradio.com and learn about the future of talk radio today. You're listening to globaltalkradio.com.